So I guess the question then becomes, are we at the peak, right? Are we staring down now the downside of the peak?
I say one, time will tell. I don't believe we, at least in Charlotte, I don't believe we are. For the sheer fact of, while there's inventory coming, there's still more demand than inventory right now.
Yeah.
So it really comes down to just the price point the property's in. And I say that's in the condition of the property, but I still see properties continue to go up, at least in my area.
I don't know. I want to get your take on this for the Austin market. I can't say we're at the peak right now in Austin. I just don't think we're there yet. I think once the March numbers come out, which the March numbers should land Friday or so, when those numbers come out, you're going to see less sales from last year. Price will be higher for the Austin area. I imagine is probably going to push 570. The MSA is going to push 520, so it's going to be crazy. People are going to go nuts for that. But I don't think the March numbers mean crap. Like legitimately, I think the March numbers mean nothing, because I think what's the most important is the April numbers and what happens this month and next month. That will tell if we're at the top of or getting close to the top. Now, that said, getting close to the top, that doesn't mean, for me, it doesn't mean that we just start coming down the other side. What are your thoughts on that? If we are at the top, let's say theoretically we're at the top, are we going to start coming down?
I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to jump in there and say I don't think that we're at the top, because just like you said, the cycle of real estate is starting to return to a little bit of normality. Also, so Austin as a city, they have, bond projects. I was just reading an article. They have bond projects from 2017 that they're going through, and there's still like 19 of them that they can't even complete due to supply. They don't know if they'll complete due to supply chain issues. So, and I've had multiple people's builds being pushed back 1, 2, 3 months, even now. Like just getting this news now that people are still getting their dates pushed back. And I know I don't want to say it on this channel. I'm not going to say it out loud, but the Pandemonium, there are other places in the world that are starting to go back, and I think, is it New York? Somebody correct
Philadelphia.
me.
Philadelphia just put on a mask mandate.
We're getting right back on it. Yeah. Back on the Pandemonium train. And it's like, okay, well, what would that do? I know Texas is just going to say, never mind, but what would that do to the rest of the country?
No, the Carolinas are with Texas. They're going to be like, what you talking about? There's no pandemonium here.
Yeah. Oh, man. The Pandemonium. Yeah, I mean, look, here's two things. I don't know what are the gas prices? Do you have a gas tax in South Carolina?
Yes, North and South Carolina, we do.
Okay, is it as high as a gas tax you get like in California or New York? No. Okay, I know Texas does have a gas tax, but it's not in comparison to California. I think you see prolonged gas prices being this high for a while, and people and energy costs go up. Somebody made a good point up here. Who was it? About Dinosaur D coming in hot. With inflation, prices going up, still, demand will outplay supply. Great comment here. I think you start seeing a lot of those people that were on the fence or considering moving start saying, forget it, I'm leaving. And so they're going to keep going to places like Phoenix. They're going to keep going to places like Texas, especially since there's jobs. I would be okay if California started doing mandates again. I would be okay if New York did. That just means more people are going to be moving out again. People are going to be sick of it. I mean, right?
I still think at some point, and we broached this subject a little bit a few weeks back, but at some point, enough people are going to vacate at some point where they're going to say, okay, well, I'm just going to wait for an opportunity to buy there again, even if it's as a second home or an investment opportunity.
Thanks for watching this short of the Real Amigos podcast. For more live streams, hit here. For more clips, hit here. We'll catch you on the next one.